It's a long road when you're on your road. Do do do. There's something, something, something. I forgot the words. Da da da. It's the Rambo song. That's hard to get out of your head. Do 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 do. It seems sufficiently sad for this opening. Da da da. Hello, everyone. You join me once again on this sad day. I spent the last week crying, basically. Wailing, hammering against the walls of the chateau. Mourning the loss of my friend. I tried to find some black clothes to wear, but all I have is bright blue diamond armor. So I figured that'd do. But, if you recall, as if you could forget, our noble, loyal friend, Sir Roger of Smeg, was taken from us by the evil god of the Keplers and the lord of the sky domain, Kepork, lord of evil, and taking away wolves from people who love wolves. But so yes, we will get vengeance by Grabthar's hammer. Roger will be avenged, and we will burn Kepork. We will burn him. Burn it all. Burn everything. No. Okay. Perhaps I should calm down a bit. Just a bit. Yes. You know, I have to accept the fact that Roger is gone. We had the sad montage with the music in the last episode. I have to move on with my life and remember Roger as he was. You know, he's up there now. His atoms are circulating with Carl Sagan's atoms in the cosmos. Well, it's what he would have wanted. Okay. Well, if we can get over that, I decided today, after about 15,000 episodes, I am finally going to try and actually get the Chateau done to some extent, because I spent so long saying, I'll get this done, and then I didn't. And it made me look awfully silly, didn't it? So, I'm gonna do that eventually, at some point. Right now, I want to just check all this is all... I wanted to make sure I had the thing, but I've got more conversation topics, so you will not be bored while I'm building my thing. Now, I think conversation topic the first, I've mentioned Timesplitters a number of times before. A number of times. I could have picked a better thing to say than that. But you get what I mean. I think that'll be enough, ladders. And interestingly, there's been a development on that front, because some plucky young people have been trying to get a Timesplitters, what do you call it, Kickstarter going. They've been like petitioning for this, and someone at Crytek has been doing something, and I have no idea what stage it's at, or how well it'll go, or what's going to happen. But I am aware that there's some controversy. Now, you see, I think the problem is Crytek is not... Crytek, by the way, being the company that kind of... Free Radical Design was the company that made Timesplitters, and when they went under, Crytek bought them out. And a lot of the original Free Radical people went elsewhere, but some of them are still at Crytek, as far as I'm aware. And there's a whole bunch of creepers over there. Did you see that? There's like 5 creepers. That was quite scary. But the point is that I didn't look. I should have done a bit of research before reporting on this, but I'm just that professional. But the point is that Crytek was, I think, are Crytek a publisher? I'm not sure. All I know about Crytek is that I don't like any of their games. I don't think. In particular, I despise Far Cry 2. I think it is the most bizarrely overrated nonsense. They might as well just call. They should call that game "Shooting the Same Two Dudes in Vests." The game. That's what it should have been called. Would have been a far more honest title. But that's just my little rant against Far Cry 2. Now, I was just planning where I was going to put the jacuzzi. I have my plans. You hear the rustling? These are my plans, and I have a jacuzzi planned for this corner. But I think right now the priority should be to get some sort of roof going. How am I doing this? Okay, I want like a kind of dome thing. And then there's going to be this tower. And I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. But it'll be fun finding out. Now, we want some stairs. But the point is, Timesplitters 4, you know, people are saying if they get a Kickstarter, you know, Kickstarters are already a bit of a controversy, just because they're kind of weird. And I mean, you know, I love what Kickstarters can potentially do. You know, there are a whole bunch of games that have been, you know, basically, they could not have been made without outside help. And that's what the Kickstarters have been doing, is getting these games made that might not otherwise have been. And I'm all in support of that, but, you know, there are kind of like downsides to the idea. Just because there's this whole thing, Crytek is not a small company. They're not a massive company, but they're, you know, they're a big player. And, what's that? Oh crap, there's a zombie. No! Undead bastard, get off my goddamn door! Oh look, he broke my door! That's just plain inconsiderate, sir. The neighbours around here are really awfully rude, honestly, I tell you. Oh man, I mean, they keep me up half the night with their dubstep records, and then when they're not doing that, they're hammering on my door because they want to borrow some sugar. Or some brains, I suppose, but I'm gonna make some fences just to keep the horrible undead nonsense out of my fair abode. I'm gonna put a gate as well. Oh, something else I've been meaning to do since I'm here is I want to. How do you do this? Oh yeah, there you go. I want to make a couple of pressure plates and oh, what's going on with these sticks? You see, I want to do this. See? There you go. Now I can enter the chateau in style. But what was I talking about? I'm putting a fence. You see what I'm doing is I'm putting a fence around. Hang on. Oh crap! Ah! Ow! I didn't notice there was a Jason there. Fucking Jason. Oh, eat my infinite supply of arrows, Jason. Oh, honestly. But you see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to. I haven't really planned this out very well, but my scheme was to put a gate here. But then I've just realised I can still jump up here, so I need a couple more fences. I'll work on it. It's a prototype. Don't mock the prototype. It's a work in progress, you know. I'm sure the first car didn't work very well, but you wouldn't say it wasn't a good car. It just was a prototype. And similarly, once I figure out the kinks in this little design, it'll be amazing. So, you know, hold your goddamn horses, is all I'm saying. That's enough rambling for now, but, so, you know, if Timesplitters 4 does get kickstarted, and it gets made that way, as far as I'm aware, I'm not aware of this, I should have looked into it more, but I don't think Crytek are a publisher. Maybe they are, I should have looked into it, but if they aren't, I'm pretty sure at one point I heard that no one wanted to make Timesplitters 4 because none of the publishers were going for it. And if that's still the case, if Timesplitters 4 is not happening because no publisher is willing to take a risk on something that doesn't rhyme with Maul of Booty, then, you know, I think that's fine. So if this is the only way that Splitters 4 is going to happen, then I am all in support of it. The only problem is that, you know, I'm not sure that is the case. I'm suspicious that this might just, you know, people are saying, oh, these big companies, they're just gonna use the Kickstarter because they're so cheap, they can't be bothered to take any risks unless we have to pay them for it. And all that. And if that's not good. I'm also kind of concerned, you know, I would adore if they could bring a Timesplitters 4, that rhymes, that was a worthy successor that, you know, kept the good name alive. No regenerating health, no 2 weapons per person, no hiding behind walls. I'm just thinking what happened to Duke Nukem Forever and the horrors of Duke Nukem Forever, and I'm thinking, oh, this would go horribly wrong. But if that doesn't happen, if it works, if it goes the way it should, then it would be amazing. But I'm just worried. But so that's an interesting situation. Look into that. Search Timesplitters Kickstarter. There's a face. Oh yeah, I should. Oh crap! I should pimp these guys. If you like the sound of it, there's a Facebook thing going on. It's one of those stupid Facebook petitions. It probably will accomplish nothing, but it's a well-intentioned thing, you know. It's 100,000 strong for Timesplitters 4 on Facebook. And if you like them, the whole point is they're trying to get 100,000 people to like the page to demonstrate that a significant number of people want Timesplitters to come back. And, you know, regardless of how likely you think that is to actually do anything, it couldn't hurt to like the page, could it? You know, and you know, they even say on the page it'll probably take more than 100,000 for people to start listening, but I think they've got like 23,000 at the moment, so they've got a way to go, but they got that many in about a week, so that's pretty good. But yes, go and do that. If you have, and by the way, if you've never played Timesplitters, if you own a PS2 and have not played Timesplitters, the second two are on Xbox and GameCube as well, but the PS2 versions are always the ones to get, because whatever. If you've not played Timesplitters, you're only missing out on one of the greatest shooters of all time, you know. That Twiglet man has a pumpkin. What the... Is it Halloween or something? Okay, that's really strange. Oh. Come back here, Twiglet man. Give me your pumpkin. Oh, he's coming around. Hey, Kepler. Get out of there. Get away from the and he said the Cack Shack. It's the Chateau de la Chat, isn't it? Yes. Okay, well, that's what we're... So, yes, we've talked enough about Timesplitters. Go play Timesplitters. Go sign up for this thing. I have no idea what day it is. I'll figure that out later. In post-production. Don't say pro like that. Ah, yes, but what's another topic is, oh, I finished Assassin's Creed 2, and my opinion, I'm sure I talked about it before, so I'm not going to go on about it, and there will not be spoilers, but I think it's definitely a big improvement on the first one. They clearly actually listened to criticism, which I know is a shocking thing, the idea of a big company actually responding to fan criticism in a constructive way, other than just like completely overreacting to it and dumbing the entire game down, you know. I did think though, this is my big problem with Assassin's Creed is, I think I mentioned this, but I'm going to expand on it, is when you play Assassin's Creed, it's stupidly easy at times, you know. I wish it was more stealthy, you know. You should have to... The whole thing is, I want to be the stealthy guy who has to like sneak about and hide, and then like if something goes wrong, I have to run, and all that good stuff. But then you're so amazing at fighting that you don't really need to just run away all the time. And I was thinking, oh, that's a bit rubbish. I kind of want to have to run because I'm an assassin, not like... The way the game is set up, you're basically a superhero who can just... I played the entire game, right? I did not bother with any of the side missions. And I completely didn't bother... You know, you can pimp out your villa thing to get more money. And there's like this whole Sim City thing going on. I didn't bother with that at all. I looked at it and went, this is boring, I want to kill people. And I went off and did that. And I still had enough money to get all the armor I could ever need and a decent sword. And fighting was still incredibly easy, almost always. Just throw people off roofs, just throw people off roofs and do the counter move, and you can just kill anyone in the game. And it was just, you know, I suppose, you know, this is my thing. It's nice that they have all these options, but I just didn't see what the point in the what do you call it? Oh, what do you call it? All those side quests just felt so unnecessary because it was so easy already. I didn't understand what the point of them was, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's some incredibly in-depth thing. You know, it's a good game for like collecting whores. The sort of person who wants to get all the Pokemon, who wants to catch them all. You know, there's a million billion pointless, stupid little quests you can do just to collect crap. And I didn't bother with any of them, but they're there if you want them. So I did enjoy Assassin's Creed 2. I felt, you know, the plot was a lot more engaging. They were actual, you know, you know, there was like one bit in the first Assassin's Creed that I thought was a good plot twist, and then everything else was just, you know, nothing happening. But there were actual characters and plots. I liked some of the characters. I liked the uncle. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I liked the uncle. Ow. I fell off the roof. Never mind that. But, you know, so, I still think if you've never played Assassin's Creed, you should play the first one, not least of all, so you actually have an idea what's going on in the story. But I don't, you know, it's not, just be aware that the second one is a considerable improvement. Yeah, but I love how you get given all these gadgets, which are just so overpowered, it's ridiculous. Yes, you get a gun. You get a fucking gun at one point. And, you know, even the characters are like, wow, this is a tiny little gun. This is amazing. And I'm like, you're just shooting people now. This is getting ridiculous. Not only can you don't even need to go up to them anymore. At least before you had to do the whole countering business. But I love it when you have the opportunity to be sneaky. You can, like, crawl around on the rooftops and pull guys overboard. Something that really annoyed me. Sometimes when you kill someone, even if there's no one else anywhere nearby and there's no possible way anyone saw you or heard you or anything, sometimes when you do that you still get an increase in notoriety. And I was thinking, how does that make any sense? No one saw me. No one knows what happened. Goddamn game. But oh well. Just a bit, ow. Bit of a nitpick there. But a valid nitpick, if I might say so myself. I think. So that's Assassin's Creed 2. I do think I'm in no great rush. I think the plot is interesting, but I'm in no great rush to play all the other 5,000 games in the series that have come out. You know, I do like the look of number 3, but now I'm horribly afraid I won't know what the plot is if I just skip straight to number 3. Oh well, but there you go, that's that. And, oh! Another of the games, I got my copy of COD 4 after all these years. I've got another COD 4. And it really is astonishing just how much better it is than all the ones that have come since. You know, I just play the story. Actually, I should say, I don't play many games multiplayer, but COD 4 is probably one of the only ones I played just obsessively for a while, just because it was so fun. I loved the whole system of shooting guys and getting points and unlocking crap. I only ever prestiged once and then I got bored and started playing other things like Warhawk. Warhawk, by the way, get Warhawk. Awesome. Actually, yes, Starhawk just came out, didn't it? Which is like the next one. I don't know anything about that, but I'm not really terribly interested. I kind of had my fix with Warhawk, but